What an interesting few days we've had when it comes to football in Nigeria. Just last Sunday, when we were celebrating the huge turnout for the Rangers versus Enyimba International football match, that was the Oriental Derby at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Stadium in Enugu, the unthinkable happened, and of course that match had to be abandoned. And of course on Monday, to make things worse, the Super Eagles of Nigeria lost their game, and of course many never expected that to happen. But that's football for you. You win some, you lose some, and of course you draw some. Hello and welcome. This is Sports Reel on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Bade Adeleye. On the reel today, we'll be giving you loads of interesting stuff, but we'll begin with the Super Eagles of Nigeria and update you when it comes to, their performances when it comes to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. And of course, we'll tell you about the Nigeria Premier Football League also, not leaving out the Super Falcons of Nigeria and their junior counterparts, the Flamingos, who are doing so well for themselves. We'll also bring to you stories coming from the world of basketball, tennis, Formula One, and many more. So you're in for an interesting ride on the show today. Once again, you're welcome. All right, straight to business. Let's begin with football. Obviously, the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, as the Super Eagles of Nigeria again failed to get the needed win against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic when they faced off on Monday evening. Remember, the first earlier 3 games played by the Super Eagles of Nigeria ended in draw, and again on Monday they failed to win. And of course, they are far away when it comes to the top of the table in the group. So let's quickly show you the highlights of that particular encounter, especially for those who couldn't watch.
Well rehearsed in what they're trying to do. Until now, Chukwueze making a bit of space for himself. Puts it on his right foot. There's the ball. It's been pulled back. Anybody there? Oh, what a shot! What a goal! That is absolutely pure class from Onyedika. Brilliant goal.
والاثنين عندهم ضفيرة طويلة. خطير خطير خطيرة وهوبا والهدف. يا نهار يا نهار ابيض على الاخطاء. جاله شادي روعة. ستيف مونيه في المكان والزمان اتعملت عرضية عدت كل الناس راحت لستيف مونيه. يا مونيه بحبك يا مونيه مهما الناس يا مونيه. حلوة حلوة حلوة.
Everybody must be committed. I think with that commitment, we'll win games. I believe we're going to win games, and if we can win games, the battle will still be there. So we can't throw in the towel because we've had only 3 points. We have to find a way to get these players back in a way for them to perform.
All right, loads of interesting, reactions coming after that particular encounter. But I can tell you there's still more games to go, 6 to be precise, with the qualifiers spanning till next year. So it will be interesting to see what the Super Eagles of Nigeria will do in the qualifying series. Almost everyone wants them to be at the next World Cup in the Americas. All right, let's still talk national teams, but this time women's football. And we're talking about the under-17 girls, the Flamingos, who continue to do so well for the country. Obviously, last Sunday they were able to record a 4-1 win over their host Liberia in the first leg of their final qualifying fixture for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. And of course, the coach Bankololo Ikere girls were in no mood for play as they were convincing in scoring against their opponents. And with that emphatic victory, they will need to just get the job done when they host their Liberian counterparts at this very stadium on Friday, June the 14th. All right, let's now leave the Flamingos now and talk about their seniors, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And if you know the drill, you will know that it's time for today's episode of the MTN Super Falcons show. Do have a good watch.
Hello there, beautiful people, boys and girls, mamas and papas. Welcome aboard the MTN Super Falcons show. My name is Oserame Inegbenebo, and I will be your host on this jolly good ride. This show is proudly brought to you by the #1 telecommunications giants, MTN. And if this is your first time of joining us on the show, welcome aboard. You are at the one-stop shop for all things Super Falcons from both off and on the pitch, and today promises to be no exception as we'll be looking at more things from off the pitch. But first off, congratulations to Super Falcons forward Jennifer Echegini for winning an award for the most valuable player in the under-23 division for Juventus ladies in the Italian Women's Serie A. Jennifer scored a total of 10 goals with an assist in 14 matches for the team. Like I said, today we will be looking at more things off the pitch. But first off, congratulations once again to Jennifer Echegini. Today on the MTN Super Falcons show, we'll be taking a look at the ladies' fashion. We'll be looking at their sense of style. All these and more coming to you right after this break.
Looks good, darling.
I learned from the best.
Glad you won't get your bar, husband.
But it got you to marry me, didn't it? Close your eyes. I have a gift for you.
Wait, now?
Ready, close your eyes.
Okay.
Bring all the world to you.
This is a thank you for all the sunrises that you've given me all these years.
Baby, now you're going to make me cry.
Don't worry, baby. I'll be home soon.
Every moment, every smile, every emotion is richer with the right connection.
Thank you for lighting up my life, baby. You're a real gift.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. You are still locked on to the MTN Super Falcons show. Now, just before we went on the break, I was talking about sense of style and fashion. But just before we dive into all of that, let's talk about the Falconets, who are the national under-20 team. They now know their opponents in the 11th edition of the FIFA Women's World Cup, taking place in Colombia from August 31st to September 21st this year. The team being handled by Chris Danjuma have been placed in Group D, where they will face Germany, Venezuela and South Korea. That's a pretty tough team, but we know that they will do well. Nigeria has never missed any edition of the tournament since inception. That should tell you something. Now, moving on to other things. The season has come to an end and our beautiful ladies are showing their fashion flair outside the pitch. How do our ladies look off the pitch? I mean, I know we're used to the jersey and all of that, but let's take a look at what they look like outside of the ball arena.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, when you want to get off the darkest ground. But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
Is your MTN line blocked? Simply link your NIN to your line to unbuy it. Visit an MTN office close to you today. But if you don't have your NIN yet, hurry to the nearest NIMC office to get your NIN. For more information, visit nin.mtn.ng. MTN. What are we doing today?
Our ladies are on top of their game. They know their fashion just as much as they know their ball. Check out Michelle Alozie, looking more like a fashionista than she is a football player. But she is just a great football player just as well. Remember, the Super Falcons will play against Brazil, Spain and Japan at the Paris 2024 Olympics starting this July. They say it's the group of death, but we trust the Super Falcons to find life in these games. Now, remember that the conversation doesn't end here in the studio. It continues across all our social media platforms. That's at MTNNG on Instagram and X, that's formerly Twitter, MTN Nigeria on Facebook and YouTube, and of course our very own pages across all social media platforms, The Super Falcons Show. Now, remember the show airs 9 a.m. every Tuesday on NTA, and in case you miss it, not to worry, we've got you covered. You can catch it on MTN's Ayoba app. That's the much we can take for today. Thank you to my producer Tayo Gunsheye and of course Bade Olotu and Uche for making things happen smoothly. My name remains Osereme in Egbenebo, and we will see you in the very next episode. It's bye for now.
You're still watching Sports Reel on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Let's talk more football now, but this time league football. And obviously it's going to be from Nigeria. The Nigeria Premier Football League on match day 35. Lots of interesting prospects. And of course the biggest match of the weekend was the match at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu between host Enugu Rangers and Enyimba International. The game started well. Lots of interesting things to talk about. It was packed. Everyone was there. They wanted to see that particular encounter. And of course, it was trending on social media that, can you just imagine a Nigerian match center, a league match in Nigeria, seeing that type of crowd? The match was almost headed for a draw with 8 minutes of additional time. So, after 97 minutes, we were in the 90th minute of that particular encounter when Godwin Obaje, a player of Enugu Rangers, was brought down by an Enyimba defender. The debate will always be there, Was it a penalty or not a penalty? But what came after was an eyesore. an ugly scene. Obviously, that was what disrupted that particular encounter. Let's quickly show you.
Once again, a second look at that incident. Well, it looked like Gordon Bade straight onside before that ball got to him. It was a clear pull from the replays from Pascal Eze, but the initial decision was an offside decision from the center referee. Oh, Fidelis Silechukwu. It is folded arms, watches on, initial decisions. The penalty will be taken. In my opinion, just feel that will be the best decision. The away fans now, a big call for the league's body to make.
I think, Emmanuel, you said it all. Let the referee call the game off. That's the best way to go at this point.
All right, we always hear lots of things when it comes to that type of ugly incident. So we're waiting for the board of the Nigeria Premier Football League to see what's going to be their decision. And of course, the NFF, what their disciplinary committee will recommend. But many are saying it could swing in favor of the home team. But we're waiting to see how that really pans out. All right, aside from that violence, we had lots of interesting results when it comes to the Nigeria Premier Football League last weekend. So let's quickly show you the results and, of course, the table as it looks now, and maybe one or two highlights.
4 games left in the Nigeria Premier League 2024 season. The Sporting Lagos fighting with all of their arsenal to stay in the top flight. Match day 35 sees them travel to Bayelsa to face Odibo's header. Oh, Aluku is in behind the defender. Ekana is out. Aluku finishes up brilliantly. Bayelsa United screaming for a penalty. Ball in behind the defense. Oh, it's a poor header from Adekunle. Elkanah God's gift is out and it's gifted Aluku with a chance. Brilliant goal, number 2. Almost identical with the first. But it's just a shambles in defending for Bayelsa United. Chances blocked. Okori back into the danger area. Oh, is it a free kick? Oh no. Christian saves, but it's poked into the back of the net. Steals possession. He's got space on the left hand side to cross into the area. Christian Iwoke comes out. He spills it. John Bassi is there again. Bayelsa United are back on level terms. It's full time and it's 2 goals apiece.
Needing a win to maintain the title charge, Remo Stars travel to the Lafayette City Stadium to face off against Lobby Stars in the match day 35 of the Nigeria Premier Football League. With only 6 minutes played, Christian Aneje stood onside to slot beyond the centre back and the first goal for the home side, Lobby Stars. The away side will find themselves behind for the second time in the game when Sunday Chinedu headed home a second goal for Lobby Stars inside 26 minutes of football. The Stars combined passes in the midfield drove forward as Anomaly Bade Adeleye found secretly in the 6-yard box. The striker would not miss. First 15 league goal of the campaign. Remo Stars will consider the 3rd goal of the game when a header was sent in by Stanley Chukwudi. As Remo Stars were now just 1 goal behind to salvage a point. The boys will now regroup to face off against Atlant Football Club in Ikene on Wednesday.
Forget the negativity. The Nigeria Premier Football League continues to wax strong. And of course, we cannot wait to see who is going to emerge champions. All right, we're almost done on the show, but there's no way we can go without bringing to you Sports Tidbits, which is an aggregation of trending sports stories from all over the world. And this week, as always, Francisca Bile will be compiling it for us.
The Chief of Defense Staff Democracy Day Basketball Championship has dunked off in Abuja, with teams from the military and paramilitary alongside selected basketball clubs jostling for the top prize in the male and female categories, with the veterans not exempted.
For us, it's a great opportunity to organize this. Like you said, there are so many competitions going on. I think it's important that we actually harness them together, and that's why we look up to the Ministry of Sports to be able to provide that platform for all the different organizations to come together so that we can have something that is well structured. We have a lot of talent, especially for basketball. Well, Nigeria is blessed all through.
It's a very fantastic tournament. I seriously commend the CDS. Yes, he's doing a very good job. If we have the likes of CDS in this country, I think basketball is going to be something that we'll be talking about every day of our lives.
To football, TSM Football Club of Bwari defeated New Dawn FC 2-1 in a friendly encounter at the Bwari Township Stadium to mark the unveiling of the new look team, which boasts of the best young talent in the Federal Capital Territory and environs. The team, which has the objective of playing top-flight football, already competed in the just concluded season of the NPFL and is again ready to emerge the best in the FCT.
Since in Kaduna, we have been playing Amateur 2 until we moved to Amateur 1, which we gallantly rounded up recently in this center. We have closed the season and now we have come to launch the new season for the year 2024 to 2025. So the new crop of players that we have raised now, they are the ones that actually show the crowd that we are up to something.
Elsewhere, Manchester United are expected to make a decision on the future of manager Erik ten Hag this week, with Thomas Tuchel out of the running to replace him. Ten Hag has returned from holiday, but is yet to find out whether he will be in charge for a third season at Old Trafford, with the club's post-season review still ongoing. To tennis, Carlos Alcaraz says he would celebrate his first French Open title with a tattoo of the Eiffel Tower. The Spaniard claimed his maiden French Open title on Sunday after overcoming Alexander Zverev 6-3, 3-6, 5-7, 6-1, 6-2 at Roland Garros. At 21 years and 35 days, he becomes the youngest player in the Open era to win men's single Grand Slam titles on clay, grass and hard courts, having won the US Open in 2022 and Wimbledon in 2023.
I have to find the time, but I will do it for sure. It's gonna be in the left angle. In the Wimbledon, it was in the right one. Here it's gonna be in the left one. I think so. With the Tour Eiffel, the date of today, it's something that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. That's I don't know if the next weeks or it's gonna take a month or 2 months, but I'll do it.
Finally, Lewis Hamilton described the Canadian Grand Prix as one of the worst races he has driven in his career, as Mercedes failed to capitalize on their strong pace in Montreal. The 7-time world champion advanced from 7th on the grid to finish 4th in a thrilling race on Sunday, but was far from satisfied with his driving.
But of course, if I qualified better, I would have been in a much better position. So it is what it is. I will go back to the drawing board. On the positive note, big thank you to everyone back at the factory for progressing this car, because it is becoming a car we can fight with. And that's a real positive going into this next part of the season. I know we'll have hopefully some more upgrades coming along the way, so it's going to be a close battle, and if I get my head on right, I'll get better results at some stage.
Max Verstappen won the chaotic race, with Lando Norris and George Russell finishing 2nd and 3rd respectively. With sports tidbit, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
Many thanks, Francisca, and of course with that we've come to the end of Sports Rail. As always, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. Yes, you're a VIP for doing that. And of course, let's let you know that you can always get unlimited sports content on NT Sports 24, which is on Star Times and Free TV. Until next time I'll be on the show, just like I will always tell you, be yourself and always stay out of trouble. I am Bade Adeleye, and I'll see you next time.